Hello, and welcome back to another episode of String Spark the podcast. Alright, and I'm actually filming this on July 4th morning, so, because we have plans later in the day. So, I'm filming this on the morning July 4th, and I hope everyone is having a good July 4th. I'm definitely excited to barbecue and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope everyone has a good July 4th too, and that everyone can celebrate with friends and family. I also have my breakfast because. Alright, so this week we're gonna be talking about how to be an effective learner. So yes, effective learning. So here at String Spark, we tutor kids in music to expand the accessibility to music education in our local area and beyond. And so naturally in our business structure, there's going to be teachers and students. But in lessons and in those environments where that exchange is happening, not only is the student learning, but so is the teacher, and they're also going to experience the experience and also turning into a better person through getting the opportunity to nurture somebody. So effective learning doesn't only have to happen when you're the student in the situation. It can also be when you're the teacher or even playing a different role. Learning can happen anywhere. So today we're gonna learn how to learn better and how to have more constructive experiences when teaching somebody, when learning from somebody, in any circumstance. So we're gonna get into 3 big tips and pointers, but I do want to say first that while I am saying these are good things to do, and these are things that I personally try to do in my own life, it's definitely okay to not be perfect. I'm not perfect in always having the most constructive learning experiences and seeing the best out of situations, and it's okay if that happens, but because we all make mistakes and can be led by our emotions. But these are just guiding thoughts to help make learning a better experience and more effective. So first, I would say don't view criticisms as attacks, but rather always something that can advance you. Rude or not, okay? Rude or not. So personally, I'm a really sensitive person. Okay, I'm a really sensitive person. So, and I'm getting better at this, but sometimes, not all the time, because I'm older now. But sometimes when I work really hard at something and I'm okay, actually a really good example. Okay, let's say I work really hard at something, right? And I'm showing the person who leads the project I'm working on, or who's mentoring me in whatever I'm doing. It's gonna be school, outside school, whatever, right? And I'm finishing my project, finish whatever I did or worked on, and I'm showing the person who I need their approval to go on the next step. They're mentoring me and whatever it is. And I worked really hard. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. And I show them, and they're like, okay, definitely something. And then as much things I have to fix with it when I thought it was perfect. And honestly, the big problem would be perfectionism, because I should be striving to get better at things, not just have them be perfect. But when you work so hard at something and you think, oh my gosh, you're gonna love it. My mentor teacher is going to love this. It's going to be perfect. And you get 100%. It doesn't. Yeah, it can be really disheartening. But even when that's when it's kind, constructive criticism. But, teachers and mentors are also people, and everyone has their ups and downs, fluctuations emotionally. And so some of these teachers come in a little bit already tired, already a little bit fed up with whatever's happening in their life. And maybe that can bleed into their teaching sometimes. and maybe they give you a comment harsher than they should have, or you receive harsher feedback, or feedback in a way that made you feel attacked because it came off as rude to you because of the tone or like their word usage or choice. Yeah. But even in those circumstances when you feel disappointed or even like offended with how the criticism was given to you, it really helps. It really helps to think of it this way. This is like a student perspective as well. So you as a student, as a learner, are coming to your mentor, your teacher, for feedback on something you've done. First, when you present what you have, you finish presenting what you have, the teacher, the mentor, gives you feedback. When they give you feedback, hold that feedback outside of your mind, your body, like outside your mind and body first, and objectively see what they're saying and what they commented on. No subjectivity, no emotions yet. Just present what you have, get their feedback, hold it outside of your mind and body objectively to see what they commented on. Then, once you're calm, look at what you did and what you worked on, what you made, and logically see how their feedback can objectively improve what you've done. It is not an attack on your character. It is not an attack on your work ethic. I'm laughing because I have felt like this. It's just to help you. And so doing that really helps me because it helps me not to be led by my emotions and by what I feel about the feedback. Yeah, step one is presenting what you have, hearing what they have to say, holding it outside of your mind and body, and then once you've calmed down, acknowledge this is someone that wants to help you get better at maybe your sport, your instrument, your class or course. Once you've calmed down and realized that, then you can look at your work, what they said, and objectively compare them to help the feedback better the work and product. And that strategy can work for positive things, not to let your, I guess that works for positive and negative feedback. Negative feedback, it can help you to use the feedback to better it. But positive feedback, I feel like it can go straight to your ego sometimes. So even if it's positive, but especially if it's negative, you want to use that strategy to help you see things from a more objective, improvement-based way than from like an ego boost or attack way. And doing this can help foster more effective communication between you and your teacher or mentor, and also help you develop your hard skills, help you develop your soft skills, and help you in a variety of more professional career circumstances as you get older. And I also want to say that criticisms in your work and stuff like that can come from anybody too. Also, from the teacher perspective, I feel personally as well. So I personally tutor kids in music or on their instrument. And, you know, teaching isn't a one-sided thing. Like, the student has a voice, has a mouth, and can speak to me to voice what's working for them, what's not working for them, and then we adjust what we're doing based on that. So I was teaching my regular student who I teach every week, and I have this habit, which I am working on now because I realize that it is not the most effective way to teach. Of just talking and elaborating too much when introducing a topic for the first time to a student. And keep in mind the kids I teach are pretty young, so like elementary school kids, so like that can be a lot for them because like it needs to be like bite-sized for them to understand and like process the information. And I was teaching my student and I was talking and talking and talking, yapping and yapping and yapping about, I don't remember what it was, whatever I was teaching. And she was like, oh yeah, I don't think, she said like, she did something like kids, I don't think she said that. She was like, she said something to let me know that like her and like kids her age like turn off or like zone out, and she was losing focus, as I would too about her age, when you go on and explain things like that. And at first I was like, oh, I'm just trying to explain it so you understand, but I have to acknowledge that the way I think things should be done and the way I think things should be taught may not be the right way that you're teaching them to the specific person at their age or technical skill level. So I changed how I was teaching. I said, okay, I try to talk less and let you do more. And I think that definitely helped, and that improved focus, that improved learning in the lesson, and also helped her learn better. So yeah, when you receive criticism or having conversations, don't view it as an attack, but view it as something that can help advance your learning. And also acknowledge criticism can come from anybody on either end, and it should be done respectfully. But even when it's not done respectfully and you're the student, you can still learn from the situation. Okay, second big thing would be you want to be consistently good over You want to be consistently good over occasionally extraordinary in your progress. So in this, I'm going to give another example. I'm going to give another self-example. So, okay. So personally, I can set really I have really big goals for myself, like long-term, like life goals or things that I want to achieve. And so it's really easy for me to set goals that aren't SMART, like literally SMART, and then also like the acronym SMART, like specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, timely, like SMART goals, and then like also like SMART goals. And they can be too lofty and overwhelming, and I'll work really hard for like a week or maybe like 2 days even, and so like a really short period of time towards something, and then I'll like get really burnt out and then not do it for like a month, and then keep repeating the cycle. But literally just recently, I've been trying to actually use the acronym SMART, set achievable, measurable goals that don't overwhelm me on a day-to-day, that still leave time to rest in the day as well, that help me to slowly get where I want to go. And what I found in like just a few days that I've been setting smaller, more achievable goals, I've made more progress than I have like trying to do everything all at once, basically. And it really helps because one, when you work this way and you're trying to be consistently good, consistently make good progress, instead of always making extraordinary progress, you'll actually get better results and get to your bigger, loftier goal more faster. Or faster, not more faster. More faster? More quickly. So yeah. And additionally, I would say, I think your goal is too big. or your current goal or current mini goal or like sub goal for where you're trying to go in general is too much, if you can't still find time to rest, you can't find a second to breathe if while you're still working toward this goal. Like, you still want to be able to rest, relax, and spend time with people you care about and go out and have fun, things like that, while still working toward your goal. There should be time for all those other things, and there should be a balance with you working toward your goals and also like refueling and like having fun. Because if you don't have the other, like, it's just not gonna work. It's not gonna be sustainable, and you're going to burn out. It's not gonna be something you can keep on doing, and at the end of it, reach your big goal. So yeah, and it's a lot less overwhelming, and you can handle it better. It's really is the better option. Choosing to be consistently just good, just doing the practice, even if you didn't really get down to skill today. Just practicing the math technique or method, even if you don't completely understand it. Just putting in those 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, hour a day, every single day will get you better results than 5 hours twice a week. So yeah, and less overwhelm, better results. And I would say this is really good as a student, in school and things like that, or in any extracurricular. It really helps. It helps you take your advancement journey one step at a time. And then also as a teacher, teaching can be really difficult, because teaching somebody not only takes knowledge on what it is, but it also takes confidence in what you know, but confidence also what you don't know. So it can be really hard to have and develop good interpersonal skills in teaching, and feeling really comfortable like relaying the information that you want to teach. And so for both students and teachers, choosing small steps of improvement or small betterments to your teaching style, learning style, working style, work ethic, goal setting, betterments to your goal setting. By trying to make slow incremental changes as a teacher or a student, you'll be better off than trying to do 0 to 100. And this takes a lot of time to accept. I only recently accepted it, but it's really, really helpful in being happy, and also at the same time being able to reach where you want to go. Plus, when you set these goals that are too lofty from the bat or from the get-go, it can also affect like your beliefs about yourself. You can believe that you're lazy, you have no discipline, you have no self-control, when those things may not necessarily be true, but you're just setting or expecting too much from yourself, because there is such a thing as expecting too much from yourself. So that's important to acknowledge. We have our upper limit, and that can change and shift from each stage in the process. It's important to acknowledge where you are now so that you can progress to where you want to be. And then third, supplement your learning with outside of classroom, outside of activity, resources. So, for example, if you want to become a better, well, let's say I'm a musician, so you're gonna become a better musician. You can swap out what you watch on YouTube for things that help you better that area. So, for example, instead of maybe watching a random video that piques your interest at the moment, you can seek out It's still fun, but also educational content that helps you be, for me, like a better performer or a more confident performer. I'm actually working more on my like expressivity in my music playing. Like be very straight faced and very like focused on the technique instead of like the feeling I'm trying to invoke in my audience. So that's gonna be something that I'm working on. And so like looking at videos or like reading articles, even outside of my playing, even outside of like regular classes and stuff in music, really helps me to further my learning and also have more understanding of what I'm trying to achieve. And then also, of course, putting what you did learn to class into practice also helps a lot. So that's also super important in advancing your learning. And then also supplement what you learn in class and learn more outside of class too. That can also really help through resources like videos. Books too are really good as well. I actually would like to read more books that personally like better what I'm working toward. But you know, reading nonfiction can be a little serious and sometimes a little boring. So, but I'm trying to work on that. But it's a good thing to implement if you find a book that piques your interest in that. I have read one book that was good. Like Atomic Habits by John James Clear was a really good book for like habits and stuff. So yeah, just a book that piques your interest and also helps you educate you on what you want to get better at. And so yeah, for students, academic books are great. How to do better in school, learn about the college process, very good. And then if you're a teacher, if you're teaching something, also learning about interpersonal skills, patience, adapting to students' learning styles, psychology books. Those are all good for the teacher side as well. So yeah, I hope this video and podcast helps in all areas of learning, like musically, academically, and entrepreneurship, anything. Whatever it is that you're interested in, I hope this helps you be a more effective learner from both the teacher end and the student end. And yeah, I hope this video really helps and podcast really helps. And also see our other socials for more information about what we do at StringSpark, our current initiatives, and all those things. So definitely keep tabs on that. We have a TikTok, Instagram, and this podcast is available here on YouTube and then also Spotify for both video and audio. And for this summer, I'm going to be focusing on the YouTube podcast. So I hope to be more consistent. Oh my gosh, I was not during AP exam season. I didn't. It was not a time to be doing anything but study because I didn't start preparing early enough. But anyways, this summer I'm gonna be focusing on like uploading every single week, so I have to come back next week too. And so yeah, I think the other socials will be more active during the school year and such, but mainly I will be posting here on YouTube. Ladies, thank you so much. Have a good week and stay blessed. Bye bye. Hope you guys have a good week. Bye bye.